practicing yoga. Focus on something and try to avoid everything else. Has anybody attended? What do they focus on? They play this mellow, like, music in the background, and they try to keep, tell you to keep on practicing a specific point, and try to forget about everything that comes to your mind, as if you're not there, you're not there, you're not there. Constant repetition. Then little by little, they start talking about the stage of ecstasy, where a person sees himself or herself away from everything else, and they call it the stage of peace. But in religion, we're talking about a completely different aspect of the peace. Yes, the terminology is the same. Unfortunately, when it comes to English, we have only so many words. But in Islam, when we talk about peace, we're talking about a peace which reflects our individual aspect, the peace that reflects our family aspect, the social aspect, perhaps the living and environment aspect, the peace that we have towards our relation towards the environment and the nature, and even animals and beings around us, right? Furthermore, the peace that we feel within the brothers and sisters, within the community, within the brotherhood, within sisterhood, between city, countries, region, the entire world. So it's constantly growing and growing and growing. That's why the peace becomes part of the perfection. It does not become the ultimate result. No, by this gaining of this peace, we're trying to gain that growth. That growth is the number one. It's a growth sometimes at my own level. I gain or I attain some level of the peace. Sometimes I become a little bit more expert. Now I can help my family. Then I become a little bit more expert. Now I can help my perhaps neighbors. I become a little bit more expert. I can help my building, maybe my area that I live in, maybe my town, maybe my city, maybe my class, maybe my university, right? So the same concept, but has to be applied in different aspects. That's why I said the month of Ramadan, the beginning of it, is just the start. You cannot say, okay, alhamdulillah, we were blessed to fast for 30 days, so that's it. Now the minute the Eid al-Fitr comes, we do the Salat al-Eid, and then khalas. We start going back to the very same normal routine that we had before. If that's the case, we have not understand what religion actually provides for us, right? We have taken only part of it. Oh, it's wajib, كُتِبَ عَلَيْكُمُ الصِّيَامُ كَمَا كُتِبَ عَلَى الَّذِينَ مِن قَبْلِكُم. Allah says it's wajib, it's prescribed for you. That's it. Once I finish, I'm out. Right? No, we have to understand when we talk about religion, what religion actually is. You say, what is religion? We say Islam. You say, what is Islam? Islam wa taslim, submission. That's it? Yes, that's Islam 101. Let's go to Islam 102. Right? No, we have to understand when we talk about religion, where the religion is coming from. It's not coming from a thesis. It's not coming from hypothesis. It's not coming from a person coming up with different theories or having personal experiences and then trying to provide that for the humanity. The more we emphasize on Nabi Rasulullah, which I think the nasheed they were reciting was about Nabi Rasulullah. I will use pretty much zero, but mashallah, the way they recited, I thought that they actually talking about Nabi Rasulullah. So the more we emphasize on him as the number one perfect human being that the entire creation of humanity will ever see, the more we understand what revelation and religion is, right? The more we concentrate on Nabi Rasulullah. The reason that Allah calls him Nabiyyul Ummi, for example. Ummi doesn't mean the one who does not have education, does not mean the one who is illiterate, does not mean the one who cannot read or write. Actually, it's farther, the definition of it is way broader than this. Nabiyyul Ummi means the one who has not been previously trained or educated. So, if someone has not been previously trained or educated, they say within the reality that we live in, nothing can become null, nothing can become empty, nothing can become without a direction or a sense of purpose. So everything we have, or every moment that we have, every minute that we take, every hour that we spend, it has been has this effect within it. It's either good or bad, whether right or wrong, or whether truth or falsehood. It constantly has that effect on us, whether we want it or not. As most of you know, for example, month of Ramadan, even sleeping becomes ibadah, becomes worship. Why? The minutes are ticking, I'm sleeping, I'm not even doing intention, I'm not doing any niyyah, but at the same time, it's counting as ibadah for me. Right? So the whole reality that we live in, We cannot find an empty spot. We cannot find something that has absolutely no sense of right or wrong. Okay? Now, if one person, and it's only for one person, who has absolutely no previous sense of what we refer to as layman term education, right? Would that make him like complete like an empty space? Or no? There has to be something else there already. That's what makes Nabi Rasulullah the very unique figure in the human history and the future of humanity. Because when we refer to him as Nabi al-Ummi, it's not the matter of not being educated, it's a matter of not having any of this incomplete and like human-made and the stuff that constantly is subjected to develop like in the course of time, education. So it's, yes, he's not educated, but this type of education. But in fact, when he's not has any education in terms of what we refer to as a material or scientific approach, he has this other aspect of what we say the true knowledge, the ilm al-haqiqi, the ilm which has absolutely no flaws, the knowledge that has absolutely no breakings, the knowledge that is completely impenetrable, right? There's absolutely no way of breaking it in. That's been given to him, and that's what we refer to as revelation, right? So when he talks about the teachings of the Quran, when he